The Chamber of Commerce left without an executive director. Days after being slapped with a 10-year barring from the Securities Commission and a hefty fine, Edison Sumner today resigned from the BCCEC effective immediately. In a letter to Chairman Mike Mora Jr., Sumner says that during his 5.5-year tenure, he has worked selflessly and tirelessly to represent the interests of and advocate on behalf of the BCCEC and its membership and the private sector at large at the highest level of professionalism and efficiency, both nationally as well as regionally and internationally, adding that the BCCEC has had significant achievements and seen tremendous growth and development over the years. Sumner says, unfortunately, recent reports of a long-standing legacy issue have made it challenging for him to continue in his role, adding that his decision to resign is in the best interest of the BCCEC as well as in the best interest of he and his family at this time. Sumner says he wishes to thank the board of directors, staff, and membership for giving him the opportunity to work with them and to represent them over the years, adding that he wishes the BCCEC nothing but great success and continued growth and development, and will continue to make himself available to the BCCEC if and when called upon to do so. The Chamber of Commerce previously fully endorsed its chief executive's performance and integrity after details of his 10-year securities industry ban and a total of $210,000 in fines emerged. Michael Mora, the Chamber's chairman, described Sumner as an integral part of the success of the private sector advocacy body since 2013, following his settlement agreement with the Securities Commission over activities prior to joining. Meantime, police now have 2 people in custody for the September 12 murder of Governor General aide-de-camp Inspector Carlos Blatch, who was gunned down in front of his daughter while waiting to collect his son at the H.O. Nash Junior High. That's all the information Assistant Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander is willing to reveal at this point. Here's what Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis told reporters yesterday on the whole issue of murders.
What I would want to say, I would want to do with murderers and criminals, I can't say. But what I can say is that countries like Saudi Arabia and those, sometimes they may be on the right track sometime. But I'm not saying that I support it. I'm saying they may be on the right track sometime. But this individual must be pursued and must be brought to justice. And I would hope that the courts deal with it quickly so that there is no bail whatsoever to give him another opportunity to do this thing again. So he will be pursued and he will be dealt with.
A hefty charge placed on a 24-year-old Exuma resident. It's alleged that Travis Alexander Coakley, who also goes by the name Justin Thompson, is behind 42 counts of fraud by false pretenses. Coakley pleaded not guilty when he appeared before Magistrate Rankin Johnson today. The matters were adjourned to December 3rd and 5th and January 22nd through the 24th. In the meantime, he was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services until trial. The Bahamas Department of Corrections, the new home, albeit temporarily, for 2 women, 60-year-old Windsor Place resident Wendy Margaret Smith and 43-year-old Siobhan Johnson of Hutchinson Street, who this morning appeared before Deputy Chief Magistrate Shubisolo Swain on 1 count each of conspiracy to possess dangerous drugs with the intent to supply and possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply, namely Indian hemp. It's alleged that on September 6th, the 2 were found with a quantity of Indian hemp. This in connection with that incident at the Department of Corrections with drugs were found in a plate of food for an inmate on remand. Both women pleaded not guilty to both charges. However, the Deputy Chief Magistrate was unable to grant bail. The 2 accused were remanded until October 9th at 10 a.m. Meantime, 2 men stand to suffer a similar fate after being picked up on 2 separate drug charges, the first on Soldier Road and East Street. Police say after 5 p.m. they spotted a man in a silver Nissan Cube acting suspiciously. A search of his car revealed 2 plastic wrappings of suspected marijuana weighing 1 pound. That's a street value of $1,000. 3 hours later, intelligence led officers to Amos Ferguson Street, where a man was searched. On him was a quantity of marijuana. Both men are expected to be charged before a magistrate. 24 netted during overnight anti-crime Operation Strong Finish. The The targeted included those involved in criminal activities, prolific offenders, and those wanted for outstanding court warrants. In the end, 12 people were arrested in connection with the homicide investigations, 2 for drug possession, 1 for an illegal firearm, and another 9 for armed robbery investigations. The operation was led by Assistant Commissioners of Police Clayton Fernander, Ashton Greenslade, and Theophilus Cunningham, with help from the Defense Force. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news was brought to you by Alive.